Hey everyone, so game one, first ever playoff game for the Vegas Golden Knights, and they defeated the LA Kings 1 to nothing last night in what was really an exciting game, a very close game, and yeah, Vegas just looked really, really good. I picked LA to win the series. I did expect Vegas to win game one though, home ice, first ever playoff game, huge support. Crazy home crowd. I figured they'd pull out game one. The rest of the series, we'll have to wait and see how they do. I did pick the Kings to win. But really strong performance from Vegas last night. A really surprisingly good performance from Vegas last night. Um, they had obviously they won their division. They had a fantastic regular season. Um, but I was not sure how they were going to fare come the playoffs, especially against an experienced veteran team like the Kings. And I was a little worried that the stage might be a little too big for them and that they would struggle in the style of play of playoff hockey. And that was not the case at all. They played an incredibly strong team game. They were very good defensively. Obviously, they shut out the Kings. Marc-Andre Fleury was superb in net. Um, they got good chances. Jonathan Quick for the Kings was also incredible in goal. The Knights could have easily had like 5 or 6 goals, but Quick made some incredible saves to really rob Vegas players of what should have been pretty easy goals. But Vegas played incredible defensively. The Kings couldn't score, and not only couldn't they score, they didn't really have much for puck possession. They struggled to even get control of the puck, and I was pleasantly surprised by that from Vegas. They're a strong offensive team, but I think they're a little vulnerable defensively usually, and that was not the case at all. Their forwards came back and helped out. Their defense played incredibly well, and Fleury played really well, but he didn't have to do a ton. There weren't a ton of grade A quality chances against him because Vegas's defense was very, very good. And they pulled out a 1-0 win, which I really did not. I expected that game to be more of like a 4-3, 3-2 type game. I was not expecting 1-0, but even with only one goal scored in the game and scored very early on in the game, it was still extremely exciting, very physical, the way playoff hockey is supposed to be. It was a great game to watch, and I really look forward for the game two and the rest of this series. But another thing that I really think Vegas did a great job on was their physicality. They are not built to be a really hard-hitting physical team. They're much more speed and skill based. The Kings, however, play that heavy style, and that's how they're going to want to play in this series. And they threw a lot of hits last night, but I was incredibly impressed with how Vegas responded. They threw some massive hits right back. There were quite a few scrums after the whistle. Vegas protected their net incredibly well. Their defensemen were really getting after anyone who went close to the crease. I was just really surprised that Vegas had that in them because that's not how they played in the regular season. And throughout the game, Ray Ferraro was calling the game on NBCSN, and he kept talking about how Vegas should stay away from being physical, and that plays right into the Kings game. But he was kind of eating his words by the end of the game because no, they shouldn't stay away from it. They should give it right back, and that's exactly what they did. And they really took it to the Kings at some points. Drew Doughty got absolutely pounded last night. William Carrier had a bunch of huge hits on Doughty. Some other guys got to him too. And really, he took a beating last night. If this series goes 6 or 7 games, those beatings every night are really going to take up their toll on Doughty. And the Kings were obviously physical too. They threw some really big hits, but that's kind of expected from them. That's the way that they play. Dion Phaneuf was very physical. Kyle Clifford was extremely physical. Trevor Lewis, but it's the Knights giving it back that was surprising. And Colin Miller on the back end for Vegas threw some massive body checks last night. He also was involved in at least 2 or 3 scrums where he was really giving it to guys in front of the net. It was just a really impressive physical showing for Vegas because they're a team that normally don't play like that. If they can play like that throughout the playoffs, they're going to be a very difficult team to get out. Because I picked Vegas to go out in the first round, and one of the main reasons I thought was because I thought they would be able to get pushed around a little bit. And we all know in the playoffs, if you get pushed around, it usually doesn't bode well for you. But after watching last night, it's not such a sure bet that you're going to be able to bully Vegas. They didn't even dress Ryan Reeves last night, and they still played this incredibly physical game. Brady McNabb and Derek Englund were also very, very tough on the back end. They threw some really big hits and really got after guys. This is a series that I think is going to be one of the most physical series of the entire playoffs. These two teams can really get after it, and they really don't like each other. This is a very strong budding rivalry in the NHL. So I just want to give congratulations to Vegas on winning their first playoff game. The home crowd was incredible in that T-Mobile Arena. For anyone that said hockey wouldn't work in Vegas, you were dead wrong. That place was packed. That place was electric. The crowd was absolutely insane. It was extremely loud, and you could tell how crazy the atmosphere was just by watching it on television. I can't imagine what it was like actually being there. That should keep up for the entire playoffs as long as Vegas are in it, and it's really been a fantastic season for Vegas, fantastic for the city. Fantastic support from the city, and so far the playoffs are off to a good start. So congratulations to Vegas. We'll see how they do the rest of the series, but a really, really strong start. So like, comment, share, subscribe. Like on social media, links in the description. Check out offthewallhockey.com. Link is also in the description. Help spread the word about this channel. We want it to keep growing. Thank you guys very much for watching, and talk to you soon.